Ba-da-ba-ba. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, sir. We're back with another morning motivation with Anthony. I am your host, Anthony Perry, and this is the 7-Star Show. And we're back with another how-to. So you guys know how it's going to go. We're going to give you guys all the tips and tricks on being successful out here. And we're going to start with today's lesson, which is avoiding burnout. Now, you hear everybody always out here talking about, man, I'm burning out, or work-life balance, or I'm tired, I don't feel like doing this. How do you avoid burnout? I get in a rut and I'm going hard, and then I just feel like, man, I don't want to do this project anymore. I don't want to work on this assignment anymore. I don't want to do this. I'm not motivated to do this. I'm not motivated to go to the gym. I'm burnt out. I went 7 times a week. I'm tired of this. I'm burnt out. How do you avoid this? First of all, how did you get there? The question we all want to know is how you get to the point in your mind where you feel like you're burnt out, like you just feel like you don't have nothing left in the tank. It's a crazy thought because you're a young person. Like, how can you get burnt out when the game just started? Like, think about how much more life you have to live, and think about like that. Like, okay, I have say you're 25 and you're a healthy person. You at least have 50 more years. So like, last thing you want to do is be burnt out this early in the game. So what do we do to combat that? Well, that's why you're here today. We're gonna give you 3 keys to avoiding the burnout that you're feeling. And all you gotta do is remember that burnout is just something that you're telling yourself. It's literally like you get to a space where you're like, man, I don't feel like doing this, I'm burnt out. Like, it's just a lie. Like, why would you tell yourself that? You're only telling yourself that you're burnt out is because you just want to give yourself an excuse for not going anymore. Now, let's start with the first one. So the first one is first key to avoiding burnout is set massive goals. You want to set massive goals. Why do you want to set massive goals? Because little goals are easy to get to, and nobody's inspired by little goals. Like, I'm not inspired to have a steak dinner tonight. That's a goal for me. I want to have a steak dinner with broccoli and a potato. Little goal. That is not inspirational at all. That's like, okay, I know that I can make that happen later on, but that's the goal for dinner tonight. That's easy. Okay, now let's think about it in terms of massive goal. What's a massive goal? Me personally, I want a Ferrari SF90 and a Lamborghini STO sitting in the driveway right beside each other. That's about $1.2 million worth of cars. So that's a massive goal. Who can have 2 cars that cost in total $1.2 million? It's not many people out there, but the people that do have this, they set massive goals in their lives. So I like cars. What do you like? You can like houses, you could like anything. It doesn't even matter. Picket purses, material things, it doesn't matter. That's a goal to have because it's a goal to attain something. Now let's think about it like that, because you can get burnt out and say that, I don't want that material thing no more because you're mature now. All right, well, that's only because you got burnt out and now you're confusing yourself. You're like, I don't want this stuff no more. You're just convinced yourself that you don't want it because you realize that you don't want to put the work in to have it. And I realize that's what a lot of people do when they get set in their career and they get comfortable in their house and they get comfortable with their family, is like they lose all the goals and the dreams that they had for themselves when they were younger. Like, think about it like that. It's like, you ask somebody in their 40s that has like a regular job right now that they don't seem to be too motivated, too inspirational to do anything. Ask them like, yo, what were your dreams when you were in your teens and in your 20s? Like, what did you want to be? A lot of them would say they had massive goals. But what happened? They got burnt out with life. So when they got burnt out with life in terms of, okay, they realized that they were in a position where they weren't going to really grow in terms of economically to reach whatever goals they had, or then they realized they didn't have the confidence to go after the things that they had, and then they just succumbed to all their fears that they have and just told themselves, I'm going to stick myself in this comfortable box. Well, when you get to sticking yourself in that comfortable box like that, you realize that, hey, I'm not striving for my massive goals anymore. And when you stop striving for your massive goals, you tend to convince yourself that you don't want the things that you originally wanted. And let's think about that. So now you're gonna say you're burnt out because you just convinced yourself that you don't want the things that you truly know you wanted. So the day I stopped getting up in the morning, putting in work in business, putting work in income producing assets, that is the day that I'll really say that, hey, I guess I'm burnt out. I no longer want the things that I want, which is crazy, but it happens to a lot of people. They go ahead and give a whole bunch of excuses because they lost sight of their massive goals and they lost the energy to try to achieve their goals. So with that first one, you always want to remember for yourself, set massive goals. You have to set massive goals. Whatever they are for yourself, set those goals and you will be okay. Next, a lot of people will struggle with this, or maybe a lot of people don't struggle with this. They might do too much. But the second thing to avoid burnout is set intentional breaks. You know what I'm saying? You want to schedule intentional breaks for vacations. Now this can just be even during your day, 15 minutes worth of mental meditation. That's a break. Intentional. You're going hard throughout your day. You're going hard. You need to take 15 minutes to yourself to just breathe. Now remember, this is all life. This is a whole game that we're playing. It's at least 75 years that you get to play this game if you're healthy and you're lucky you don't pass away on a random event. But you have to remember that every day is a sample of your whole life. So what you should do, if you think about experiments like that, what do they always do? They take a sample size of something so then they can judge what would happen for the whole population or the whole collective of whatever the experiment is. So think about that for your life. Each day, each 24-hour period is just a sample of what your whole life could be. So if you take a view or a screenshot or like just a concentrated view on what your day looks like, you have to make sure that you have scheduled breaks in there, because that's the same as life. It's like, okay, what do y'all do when you've been feeling like you're burnt out? I need to schedule a vacation. I need to take 2 weeks off. I need to go on leave. I need to go on medical leave. I need 6 months. I can't work no more. I'm burnt out. I just need a break. And it's like, you wouldn't need 2 weeks of vacation. You wouldn't need to take 6 months off or anything like that if you schedule intentional breaks throughout your day. Think about it like that. If I took 2 15-minute meditation sessions on Monday, 2 on Tuesday, 2 on Wednesday, 2 on Thursday, 2 on Friday, that means every single day I had scheduled breaks in it, and I was calm. I was in a place of, I can continue after these breaks to go back and get into reaching my goals, because I'm peaceful. Like, you have to be peaceful. You have to be in a state of joy. You have to be in a constant state of not stressing out when you're chasing your goals. You never want to be stressed out. And just remember that the only way that you avoid stress and avoid burnout, setting those intentional breaks. Like I said, I just want to remind everybody, like I said, each day is a sample of what your whole life looks like. So you must focus on what your activities are each and every day, and you have to throw in scheduled breaks in there if you want to keep a balanced state of mind as you travel through life. Remember. Now, lastly, we want to find enjoyment in the process. Enjoyment. You want to find enjoyment in the process. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, if you're not just having fun, if you're not letting your soul speak, if you're not letting life flow through you, if you're always trying to force things, or if you're always trying to use your brute force to make things feel good or anything like that, or if you're trying to force a result, you're not enjoying the process. That's why you're going to burn out. Because if I'm sitting here every day and I wake up and I'm like, I need this Ferrari, I need this Lamborghini, that's the only thing that I think about all day, I'm not enjoying the process. I'm not doing anything. I'm just over here just mad at the world, like trying to force things into my life. And that makes no sense. What do you do to curb that? You find enjoyment in the process that it takes to building assets that will then get you to whatever your goal is. So, i.e., if I want to be the best basketball player in the world, I have to like doing defensive slides. Hate that, but it's like, yo, you want to be the best, find enjoyment in it. Don't say I'm avoid doing defensive slides or I hate doing defensive slides, because that's not enjoying the process. It's like, if you are stuck on your massive goal of being a Hall of Fame basketball player, then you have to find enjoyment in doing the defensive slides. Now, the true winner for all of these is the person that can do this and not have no rush for the completion of their process. So I'm going to write that down and you remember this. Have no rush for completion. And when I say that, you can't have no rush. This is a major key. Don't have no rush for completion, because having rush for completion, you're just rushing to death. Think about it like that. When you complete life, what does that mean? You're in the casket. So don't rush. Don't rush. You have to enjoy the whole process of life. You have to set intentional breaks through life. You have to have massive goals for your life. And if you have all these things in order and alignment, then what's going to happen? You're never going to burn out because you're enjoying life. That's all this video is about today. It's just about enjoying life. You have to enjoy the process, everybody. You have to. You have to enjoy the process. You have to set those breaks. It is what it is. So there you go. I just want to wrap this up for you guys and let you know that don't rush to completion with anything that you're doing. If you're trying to build a body, one day at a time. If you're trying to build a business, one day at a time. If you're trying to step up the corporate ladder, one day at a time. If you're raising your family, one day at a time. Remember that Rome wasn't built in a day. Nothing you think that was great was built in a day. So remember that. No rush for completion. This is what everybody's having to struggle with. They want to be immediately gratified. They want to have it right now, right now, right now. And it's going to be for you right now, but you cannot rush to completion, okay? I have the Lamborghini. I have the Ferrari. I have the big house. I have the successful business. I have the beautiful family. I have everything going the way I want it to go. It's already in my mind, so therefore I don't need to rush to completion. All I need to do is enjoy the process. Guys, that's how you avoid burnout right there. Set massive goals, schedule breaks in between, and then find enjoyment in the process. Guys, if you don't rush to completion, you'll have everything you want, and you'll be peaceful doing it, and you'll have love in your heart, and everyone will have love for you as well. So just want to wrap that up, let you guys know that that's your morning motivation for today. I am Anthony Perry. This was the 7-Star Show, and if you find any enjoyment or any value in this video, please share it with a friend and family member.